everyone, welcome to this update video. I hope that you're doing well this morning. And so we're kickstarting looking at the National Hurricane Center's 7-day graphic. And so here we can see that there are two areas to watch over in the Atlantic Basin. We've got the southern Gulf of Mexico where we could see something form, and the chance has been going up for that. It is now highlighted in orange, and that is indicative of a medium chance of development. However, we're not seeing an X, and X marks the spot because that area of low pressure hasn't yet formed, but it is expected to do so as we head into the weekend, and then we could see some development. And if we should have something forming here, someone will be affected. And then we've got our Invest 90L still highlighted in yellow, so it is still given a 20% chance of formation over the course of the next 7 days and also the next 2 days as well. So as it moves out of Florida and into the Atlantic Ocean, we may see it try to get itself together, but it may not develop into a tropical cyclone. However, that Gulf disturbance will have that more favorable chance of actually becoming something. In addition, going to the eastern Pacific Basin, we also see where just off southern Mexico is highlighted as well. So 20% chance of development. So this is a new area that was highlighted yesterday, and this general area within the vicinity of the West Caribbean, the Southern Gulf, and Central America toward the Eastern Pacific will be active over the course of the next 10 days. And we could have multiple systems actually forming. So even though there's that area highlighted with that 40% chance, models are suggesting that we could see other areas of low pressure trying to get themselves together within the area. So we're going to take a look at what the models have to show. First, let's go to the satellite imagery, and we can see that it is looking pretty active in Central America, Belize, parts of Mexico, Guatemala as well. Then for the Caribbean islands, we can see that for the vicinity of Cuba, the Cayman Islands, there are some showers and thunderstorms right now. And then 90L is making its way out of Florida. So as it continues to move out, the rainfall activity will continue to decrease across the state. But for most other islands, much isn't happening this morning. But for now, the immediate concern really is the West Caribbean, the Gulf, Central America, because that is where we could see a lot of rain. We're already seeing that over the course of the next 10 days because of all the atmospheric instability, and then we could see something form. So let's look at today's rainfall forecast, and then we'll go on to what the models have to show for the next several days. We've got the Euro model here, and there could be some additional periods of heavy rain across South Florida. So an additional 3 to 4 inches of rain across some spots at maximum. Even for the northern Bahamas, there could be some heavy downpours. Cuba, also going to the vicinity of the Cayman Islands. Parts of Jamaica, especially the southern parishes, may experience some downpours as well. And then to Central America, as I said, it's going to be active. Mexico, Belize, the Keys as well, going to the Bay Islands of Honduras, Guatemala, El Salvador, Honduras, Nicaragua, Costa Rica, Panama. Northern South America will also be active, especially the Pacific coast of Colombia. More than 3 inches of rain definitely possible today. Then for Venezuela, Guyana, Suriname, French Guiana, there could be some heavy downpours and thunderstorms moving through. As we head to the ABC Islands, much not expected. Then Trinidad, Tobago, through the rest of the Lesser Antilles to the Virgin Islands as well, Puerto Rico, Hispaniola. There could be a few showers loitering around here and there. And then things will be a bit on the drier side for the Turks and Caicos Islands and most of the Bahamas. Okay, now we want to go ahead and take a look at what models have to show. We're kickstarting things with the GFS. This is as we're going to be heading into Wednesday of next week. So as I said, that area of low pressure is likely to form over the southern Gulf as we head into the weekend. So by Wednesday, we're seeing all of these colors around, these green shadings, these spots of yellows, reds, oranges. That is all representing the precipitation rate, the average precipitation rate. And where we see that red L, that is showing our low pressure area. And the black lines, they are, those squiggly lines, they're called isobars, and they join areas of equal pressure. Now, as it pertains to development, what we're really looking for is those black squiggly lines in a circular manner, and the red L. So that is indicating that airflow pressure, and the tighter and the more isobars that we see tightly packed indicates a stronger system. So let's see here. As I said, this is as we're going to be heading into Wednesday of next week. We see that airflow pressure forming over the southern Gulf. And then we see all that activity making its way into Mexico and even parts of southern Texas. But then GFS shows something quite interesting. It shows that with all the increase in moisture, we could see something form in the Western Caribbean. So we've seen that L, and the lower we see this number go, the stronger the system is. Let's go out to Monday the 24th. So this is pretty far out, and we're bound to see some changes with what the model is expecting now. Again, we see the number dropping, which is a sign of strengthening, as I highlighted. So 998 millibars, and we see all this moisture associated with it in the Gulf, headed up to the Gulf Coast of the United States. So as I said, we're bound to see some changes. This is pretty far out, but the GFS seems fixed on the fact that, hey, we could see something forming from the West Caribbean and making its way into the Gulf. The Euro model now. This is as we're going to be heading into tomorrow night, Friday night. We can see all of that moisture associated with the current disturbance in West 90L, so it is expected to move out, again given a low chance of formation, and it may not manage to actually develop, but it still has a little chance. However, let's head into next week, Monday the 17th. Here we can see all this increase in moisture within the vicinity of the Central American countries, parts of the Caribbean, and the Gulf. We see that area of low pressure forming. We see that pressure of 998 millibars. Not a very compact system. But then as we head into next Saturday, there we can see somewhat of a relocation of that low pressure center and that system making its way up to the north. So we can see here that these models are definitely expecting that, hey, we're going to see development take place in the Gulf of Mexico. And this is indicating that, hey, there's likely to be a favorable pattern ahead. The sea surface temperatures are already very warm, and then those upper level winds, they could be conducive because once they're weaker, then that will allow for less interference of those thunderstorms as they develop. And also, again, a lot of moisture is going to be around to help to support those showers and thunderstorms while they're developing. The first name on the list for this hurricane season is Alberto. So we're yet to have it, but it is likely that we could see it form as we're going to be heading into the next week or two. And then go into the rainfall accumulation for the next 10 days. Some staggering totals for parts of Central America, such as the Pacific coast of southern Mexico, Guatemala, going to El Salvador, and even over the Bay of Campeche and parts of the Yucatan. We see some of these gray bluish shadings popping up, rainfall amounts exceeding 15-20 inches in total through the next 10 days. Again, this is the accumulation, so it is likely to be very, very active. Because of all of this moisture, there could be a lot of flood triggering rains, and that is the main concern when it comes to tropical development, all of the flooding that accompanies whatever is trying to get itself together. So that is kind of going to be the concern. And of course, guys, I'm going to be keeping you posted. We're already seeing a lot of thunderstorm activity, some periods of heavy rain across parts of Central America. So that's going to be the story as we head through the rest of this week and into next week as well. So I'm definitely keeping my eyes out there to see if, something is going to really try to get itself together. Again, the area is highlighted with a medium chance of development. The chance has been on the rise since yesterday in the morning. But as I said, I'll keep you guys posted, and that is basically what I wanted to share with you in this update. So I hope you found it to be informative. However, if you want any clarity on anything, you can leave your questions down in the comments, and I'll get to you once I have the chance to do so. And remember to always be weatherwise.